It was at this moment that he knew.
He bucked up. Welcome. You're listening to Bucked Up with Sam Buck.
Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. You have fucked up now. Now you fucked up. 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 Now you have fucked up.
I didn't even know they were putting that in until I heard it for the first time. My friend John Zayats did the beat, and then Irish O'Neill put the words over it, and I love it so much. That's my favorite intro.
It's a good one.
Welcome to Bucked Up.
Hi, Sam.
This is the most serious podcast in the world. I'm going to deep dive into your life, and we're going to uncover some shit. We're going to interview you about every single tattoo you have.
All right.
No, this is a self-help podcast from...
Well, they're permanent, sir. You cannot.
Damn it! I got
There's
some.
no self-help cream.
I bought all the hand
Is this an
sanitizer in
Herbalife
the
pitch?
store.
What's happening?
Yes, this is an Herbalife pitch. But no, welcome to
Selling me
Bucked
some
Up.
protein powder.
It's a self-help podcast. I don't know what I'm doing. Just so you know that I don't know what I'm doing, I was saying this right beforehand. I run every day, and
Yeah, not with me. You're a terrible hiking partner. You got replaced hard. Shout out to
Hard
Jesse
repla-
Burlingame, the true man who will hike in the woods with me. Unlike your ass.
Excuse me, if you bought a bike, we could go for a bike ride. You just wanted me to
Excuse
pull a
me.
bike out of
I
my
have a
ass to
longboard.
go for a ride. But no, I run every day, and my nipples bleed right around the 4-mile mark every time. Welcome to the podcast, new listeners. Yeah, I'm like Ed Helms in The Office, you know, when they're doing the Scranton 5K and his nipples are bleeding. But mine, I'll take my shirt off, and it'll look like I'm fucking Kurt Schilling in the World Series.
I have like PTSD right now. I am sitting across the table from a very tall, weird white man telling me office quotes. It's like I never got banned from Tinder, everybody. If this is...
Yeah.
You've abandoned me. It's fine.
This is some self-help that you guys can get, the listeners. Don't get banned from Tinder, and this is how you do it. Do you want to talk about how you got
No, I don't want
banned?
to talk about how I got banned from Tinder.
Maybe you don't have to talk about the first time, but how about the second, third, fourth, or fifth?
The second time was the same as the first. I was just being a troll, just being a little shit. And I was like, yeah, dudes love banter until you do it at them. They just want to be mean to women. And then I'm like, I'm funnier than you. And they hate it.
You are a very funny person.
Thank you.
Would you like to intro our guest, Sam?
Yeah,
Not-
right? Who are they talking to? I've only been speaking for 20
You're talking to
years.
Miss Meat Slap. That's her legal name.
No, this is already branded. This is blur this. That
No,
is not
this
my
is
podcast.
Brieana Woodward.
It's me.
It is you. You're playing with some coasters with bad words on them.
It's true. They say cunt. I've already broken a rule. Dang.
It's all right. We don't talk about the rules except for number 2, which is all positivity all the time.
I'm ready for some positive.
Everybody love everybody.
You know what's the most positive? The upside down cross that you have on the side of your eye.
Yeah.
I love that. I was this is so dumb, but I was listening to a podcast with a Satanist. And yeah, this comes full circle.
It's me. I'm here.
Are you a Satanist?
I have them since like middle school.
Are you? Okay,
I
so
accidentally started a cult once. We don't talk about it.
oh yeah, you
It was
that.
really funny.
Okay, so I actually want to hear your input on this because I had never heard it put out like this. I am not a Satanist. I never will be. I'm a basic
them
white
pearls.
girl. I'm very spiritual, and I believe in crystals. Crystals saved my hurt calf. So I'm a spiritual.
Well, can they solve
Like-
my half an ass
Yeah,
cheek
they
that
can.
I
I'll-
fucking
I'll-
belt sanded off?
Yeah, we'll get to your fucked up butt later, but crystals will help.
I have so many crystals at my house. Like, you think you know crystals, sir?
I don't know
Yeah,
crystals.
you know
I just
shit
know
about
that they help.
mineralogy.
They helped my calf, and I know that I'm spiritual. But I heard this person interviewed who was a Satanist, and they were saying that Adam and Eve were stuck in a zoo in the Garden of Eden, and God had trapped them, and the snake let them out. And that's why he believed in Satanism, is because the snake freed Adam and Eve. I don't know if I believe in that, but that was his way of putting it. putting it, and I thought it was very interesting. Now, why do you believe in Satanism?
Oh,
Is
I
it
don't-
because you have a fucked up life?
Christ, Sam. Everybody love everybody. I just some of the I have like
Yeah.
the little book. I've read it.
You
I'm
just
like,
love sacrificing children.
yeah, obviously that's what they all do.
That's
right?
actually how I got this podcast.
Yeah.
Shout out to Irish O'Neill.
Is he the child you sacrificed?
I had to give him a child, and he let me do this podcast.
Everybody love everybody!
Listen, is that what we're doing now? Is that how Chris D'Elia got big? We're just sacrificing children to comics now? Like, Jesus Christ, no.
No, but-
what? Go ahead.
Talk about what you believe in.
I
Are
don't
you
believe
a
it.
spiritual person at all?
No, not really.
Are
like
you
I'm
full
like
on atheist?
pretty much.
Pretty much,
Yeah,
yeah.
like Satanists really are atheists, but like, except for like the weird ones, there are some fucking weirdos who are like, I'm gonna go fucking cut myself under the moon, blah! And it's like, all right, no, like settle down, like, but
Yeah.
no, just like one of their like little commandments or whatever. Like they were just like, don't fuck with anyone unless they fuck with you, because I'm not into like the turn the other cheek thing. But I'm not like out here like,
You
I'm
can't
gonna-"
really turn the other cheek right now because...
Why?
Okay, we'll get into it. You fell off your skateboard.
I did. I fell off my longboard.
I'm sorry, you're not cool. Your longboard.
Yeah, my longboard, because I'm.
You like crystals and you longboard. You're more of a basic white girl than me.
Untrue. I am learning to skateboard. I just need to get comfortable with it again because I haven't skated since I was like 10.
Then you fucked up your leg.
I fucked up. Do you want me to like show the wounds?
Do you want to show the wound?
I can try to show the bandages.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna move out of the
This is
way.
the second podcast y'all have exploited my injuries on.
Bucked up. This is where we exploit women's bodies.
Alright. There's a lot of tape.
Are we gonna get pulled for this, Ani?
No,
Yeah, for the gore.
For gore?
we can cut it if we have to.
No, it's if that's the top of it, and that's not even
Yeah,
like a
that's-
third of it. It's
it's like the
so-
whole ass cheek has been belt sanded off, and then like a little bit of
Belt
my
sanded,
thigh.
you know?
Belt sanded.
And then I don't know. Hopefully my puss didn't just hang out. But it's a
How
tape.
hangy is it?
You're
It's
welcome.
a bucked up exclusive.
Hangy enough that I'm worried about it. All right. No, but my ass. All right. Yeah. and,
Yeah,
like,
no, sitting is not fun for you. This studio is like 3 stories up, and it was a real experience you getting up there.
Literally, Sam was like, "Oh, I'll drive," and I was like, "Cool, I don't have to drive to fucking Boston." Lit, and then he's like, "Oh, can you come earlier?" And I'm like, "All right, like at least I don't want to drive." And he's like, "Well, can you drive too?" And I'm like, "I hate you so
I was
much."
getting a new radio put in my car.
That's how your car doesn't work. You made it sound like your transmission blew, and it's just a radio. You son of a bitch.
I haven't had a radio for 2 years, and it's so sad. I can't deal with my thoughts any. I thought I liked music, and then I just realized I hate my thoughts.
Self-help. I hate myself.
Yeah, if you want to
How are you
deal,
gonna help me, Sam? You can't even live with your own thoughts for a fucking half-hour drive.
excuse me.
Your excuse.
I don't have to live with any thoughts. I'm doing a podcast with one right now.
You're such a guy.
No, so
Everybody
you
love everybody!
you actually let's get to thank you, Ani. Let's get to the positivity.
Yeah.
You are one of the hardest working people I know, and that's why I wanted to get you on here. As
yeah.
Lloyd Legacy Sharp says, he's actually the guest next week. Shout out Lloyd.
Lloyd's
He-
the only comic I care about. Put that on record. I fucking I stand Lloyd forever.
that's gonna be his phone fucking
His ringtone?
His ringtone. I couldn't think of the term ringtone.
Yeah, because it
God
hasn't
damn-
been relevant since the fucking 2005, Sam. Like, who has
Yeah.
ringtones anymore?
It's all FaceTimes
Grow
and
up.
text messages now.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have green bubbles and you can't FaceTime, get out my phone.
This is classist.
I'm so sorry.
Welcome
No.
to my podcast where I shame Sam for everything he said.
That's why we're not hiking partners
Yeah, because
anymore.
you're a fucking bitch.
No, but you are so hardworking, and something I wrote down in my I like to call it a manifesto because if anyone
Oh, that's pretty.
finds this, they're going to think that I'm sending poison to different professors at Harvard or whatever the Unabomber did. I'm not exactly sure. I saw that there was a documentary, but I didn't watch it. I have to be honest. I heard about it on Joe Rogan. I'm sorry. I don't
God,
like the
alright.
podcast Inception, but I had to do it. No, but something I really appreciate about you is you did the artwork for my friend Josh and I's production company. We can't really do anything right now because of the quarantine.
Yep.
But you're an amazing artist, and you probably get more gigs in comedy than anyone that is in the game for as little a time as you. And you have all these different routes of income that let you follow your dreams. And that's something that...
Rule number 1.
Is that your rule?
We don't talk about my roots of income, sir.
It's like Fight Club.
Yeah, but your art... Your art
my
and your
art is the
comedy
main one.
especially,
Yeah.
and those nice government checks.
Oh yeah, the nice government. That's right. I am publicly funded because I did have a nice job. But
Yeah, comedy, now sponsored by PBS. Fucked up, a PBS sponsor.
the best sponsor I've ever had is the unemployment system. Thank you.
No, but you have multiple sources of income which then allow you to follow your dreams. Was that something that you put out to achieve, or were you just like, I can't have a real job?
Oh, did you see the video I posted of me, like a home movie of like baby me?
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
if you can find it on Facebook and do a little drop of it, it's literally, I'm 4 years old in front of this fucking like cathode tube fucking TV. This thing's
Really?
massive, yeah. And it was like this plug and play thing. It was like a little keyboard, and then there was like a soundboard. It had like different little sound. It was fucking so sick. And then there was like a little tablet thing, like with a pen. It was very ahead of its time for like 97 or whatever year that was. And
How
yeah.
old are you? I'm sorry, because I
I'm
was
27.
born in 97.
I just turned 27 in March. But yeah, it should be like a couple posts down. Just scroll past all my woke shit and my dumb jokes. But yeah, it's just like this little plug and play thing, and you can draw on
scroll
it.
up, because that's just a great joke that I have to read. Shout out to your great joke writing. The gal saying all
That's
lives...
gall, you illiterate fuck. The gall of saying all lives
Oh,
matter.
I thought you were saying this gal.
gal.
This gal.
The gall saying all lives matter than taking your family to eat Applebee's in their parking lot.
You know
Like,
what's a lot better of a joke? This gal saying
This
all lives
gal.
matter and then taking her family to Applebee's.
No, there's an Applebee's in my fucking city, as every city, and it's like, it's so shitty because like you're already subjecting your family to Applebee's,
Sam,
but
tell me when to
now
stop.
because keep going, but now because of like social distancing and stuff, they have to be outside, and it's just the parking lot. You are just in an Applebee's parking lot eating subpar Applebee's food.
Shout out Chili's. Chili's is my
Fuck
favorite of
Chili's
the
too.
chain.
It's shortly after this. It's not that video, the one before.
This is
That one right there.
Oh, I'm excited
It's
for
little
this.
me. I'm 4 years old. I'm cute as fuck.
Are you?
I am. I have the same fucking haircut.
I'm Brieana.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, look at this fucking plug and play thing that I had. It was fucking the tits.
When I came to your house,
I'm Brieana. How'd that work? Hey, honey.
Dad, you want me to draw something to put on tape?
Oh, she don't want to.
I do. Okay. Here's a in the leaf.
And then he just straight up just starts leaving. He's just like, I don't care. Wait for it.
Yeah.
stop, please.
Yeah, like I could like feel him ignoring me.
I am learning electronics to get some love.
Which would be a theme that reoccurs throughout my entire life. It's just my dad ignoring my creative pursuits. But no, see, I was creating art for the screens since I was
when
4.
I came to your apartment, you have so many different rooms or areas set up for your different pursuits. Like, you are all in. That's something I really appreciated about this studio too, is you were all into your craft. You're welcome. Did you have a point in your life that changed, that you turned, as Stephen Pressfield says, turned professional?
No, like I've been such a little hustler shit my entire life. Like literally I remember sitting in like the back of my parents' car because like they are always out driving around a lot. You know, crack doesn't fucking manifest itself, okay? We gotta go out and get that, okay? So I'm just in the back, and they would just
crack doesn't grow on trees.
Yeah, crack doesn't grow on trees, everybody.
Why do you think it's so big in the cities?
Oh my god, shut up, Sam. Anyways. So they would give me activities. Like, that's the one thing my parents did do right, is that they, like, threw activity books and shit at me. So I had, like, really, like, I was, like, ahead of the time. Like, I was doing, like, second grade shit before I was even in, like, kindergarten. Like, I was, like, for, like, a baby, that's pretty fucking, like, smart. But, yeah, I would, like, sit in the back. I was probably, like, 5 or 6, and I would draw. I would call them patches, because I don't know how sewing works yet. And I would draw little pieces of, like, drawings. I would cut paper into 4. Production. I was like, I'm getting the most bang out of my buck here.
Yeah,
and I would make 4 smaller pictures instead of 1 big one. And I would try to sell them to the gas station attendants until my dad told me to shut up and quit bugging people. But
I actually have bought some of your
saw
stickers.
those.
You are making those stickers now.
I love that. I love cheap, easy shit. Like, I don't think art, like, there's, like, a lot of, like, snooty artists who are like, oh, you need, like, the best paint. What? Like, some paint can be, like, fucking, like, $50 a goddamn tube. I ain't got time or money for that. Like, I'm like, nah.
Yeah,
Here,
you love cheap, easy shit. I saw you eat dinner at a Cumberland Farms.
Damn, I'm being seen right now. Listen, I'll fuck. I don't care. I'll eat Cubby's food. They're fucking
Yeah,
Roller
and you
Girls
also know how to
tight.
game the system.
Oh, yeah, damn, I'm being exposed. I'm gonna start talking about your DMT, little bitch. You're putting me on blast. Yeah, that's
Excuse
right.
me.
Excuse
Eating.
Everybody love everybody!
You're excused. No, it's true. Cumbies has coupons that do not expire. They think they expire just because they go off screen, but thanks to Apple, big shouts to Apple for having screen recording, I have the coupon that keeps on giving. I don't remember the last time I paid for coffee. To be fair, I don't drink coffee anymore, so it's
Yeah,
a
I
little
don't
relevant.
like-
Yeah.
I really do feel like caffeine is something that's not good for you. It makes me feel.
It makes me feel, yeah, like I used to do it because like I would work all day and then I would do comedy and then like I had other shit I need to do in between. So like I was just constantly like railing fucking coffee because I only get like 4 hours of sleep a
Would
night.
you snort the beans?
No, I wouldn't snort the beans.
You said you were railing coffee.
Oh my god, whatever. Let me be dramatic, but yeah, no, but it makes my heart like I just don't like it. I can't sleep. So
I just stopped drinking tea because of that, because I don't like
really?
coffee. Yeah, but I was like, I think I can do tea.
this one's caffeine free.
Yeah,
I was
that
gonna say, I
one.
was like, ah, shit, but
But it just makes me jittery. I
Mm-hmm.
love. It sounds so stupid, but this is a self-help podcast, everyone. I'm here to make your life better. I just drink water. Like, I just try to drink water as much as possible,
do
and
you
it
put
does.
some crystals in it first? Or?
Yeah, I
Do
drink.
you infuse? Oh, let
Look,
me get some amethyst in this
I
fucking
got
what? Apple Propel.
3
Okay.
different waters that are all
What flavor
half
is that
drinking.
green one?
Kiwi strawberry.
Kiwi strawberry. All right.
Shout out Propel. Propel is the best thing to drink when I'm running, because I'll be far into a run and I'll just be like, this is pretty shitty. And then I'll have a sip and I'll be like, it tastes pretty good. That should be one of their commercials.
Wow, a rising star, everybody.
In
Big
the
shouts
commercial gang. Any
to
commercial agents
Propel,
looking
the
at
most insufferable way to fucking pronounce that word.
What do you think it is, Propel?
No, Propel. But you're like, Propel. I'm like, why is there so... Oh.
All right, how do you say sherbet?
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 Or sherbet? Sherbet?
How do you say
Sherbet?
ketchup?
Ketchup.
People make fun of me. Ani, do I say ketchup weird?
Yeah, you say
I say
ketchup.
I say ketchup.
Yeah, ketchup.
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 Like as if you're catching up.
Catch up.
Yeah, like ketchup.
No, that's
catch
You're
up.
missing a sound there. You're adding something that's not there.
Kasoup.
Ah, do you spell it like cats up?
Oh no.
My grandmother says cats up.
I'm sorry, but we gotta kill your grandma. Like that's unacceptable.
My mom says zip instead of sip. Like, can I have a zip of that? And it fucking for my whole life.
Why?
I did that for so long.
Did she do drugs too?
No.
Oh, because that is wicked.
She's just foreign.
Is that what your mom
Oh,
does?
okay.
Oh, well, yeah.
But,
I don't want to
but
be
for
making.
my whole life, I thought it was that. And
You
then,
thought it was zip?
And then, somebody did me the kindness of telling me that was wrong.
Oh, damn.
You
that's
should.
true.
They shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
That's a joke that keeps on giving.
Like, can I get a zip of that? Like, what?
Okay, Zippity is definitely a lot more tolerable, especially with the nuance of it, than fucking your white ass grandma saying catsup. Nana Buck, what the fuck is up?
Nana Buck.
You
what
need
the
to get
fuck?
Nana Buck on this
Buck.
fucking podcast. She's the one who needs some self-help to cut the shit with this weird ass vernacular.
Stop. We're gonna get a speech therapist in here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So was there a flip that switched in your head though, or were you always just like driven?
Yeah.
Because you only started doing comedy like a year ago.
Right. Like, if we're not counting, like, COVID time, I'm only, like, 9 months in? 'Cause
Yeah.
it fucking ended in March. But,
Do you think they do that with babies? Like babies aren't being born during COVID.
How
like
lo-
so,
oh.
how long how
oh, I thought you
far
were about
along
to,
are
like,
you? I'm
start telling
14
me instead
months.
of saying, like, oh, I'm 2 years into comedy. I'm 24 months.
Can we
I've
please
been
do
doing
that? That's an amazing thing. How long? Oh,
24 months?
I'm 72 weeks.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm in my third trimester of comedy. Thank you. Thank you. I'm a little overdue. I hope to be birthed soon.
You should get that aborted. No.
No.
Oh, damn it! They can't all be winners. That's what my parents said when I came out, and I'm an only child.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Same.
All right.
Everybody love everybody.
No, so what did flip the switch to start doing comedy?
I don't know. I've always wanted to do it. It's like comedy, like stand-up specifically, is very big in like my family. Like we watch Comedy Central all the time, and like I grew up watching it. And just
Do you
like,
still listen to
consuming it.
stand-up?
No, that's the thing. I haven't listened or watched like the most like. To me, in my head, like Jim Brewer's like the newest
That's
thing. Like
so
it's so long ago. Like people be like talking about all these, and I'm like, who the fuck are these people? Like I don't. That's why I don't usually like conversations about comedy.
Do you know
'cause
who
it's,
Bill
like-
Cosby is?
Yeah, obviously I
Okay.
know who fucking Bill Cosby is, but like I know who like the big names are, but like I don't know
Yeah.
who like this like bigger than local, but not like household names
Yeah,
are.
but then you know the local names.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I know local.
Yeah.
So
Do you listen to stand-up still, Ani?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love it. But you don't.
no, I mean if someone puts it on, I'm not gonna be like shut that shit off.
Yeah.
But like I don't seek it out. I don't sit down and watch it. Like if it's on, it's on. But I don't.
Well, it's also a job for you, so like, why are you gonna use extra?
Yeah,
time?
it's kind of like why I hated my old job. Like I love doing photography, but like doing it as a job is definitely like grating a little bit. It's like I just don't like I want to be able to shut off. Like I want to have because like all my avenues of income pretty much are like quote unquote hobbies or whatever
Yeah.
because like nobody respects the arts ever. But yeah, so it's like I don't know how to like relax because no matter what I do, I'm like, oh well, I guess I could sell this. Like everything is just like money, and it's just really annoying. It's hard. That's why I like really liked hiking and like Tatum. I'm like, I can't monetize this. Like this is something I enjoy to just do it
Until
so.
you start podcasting your hikes.
Yeah, until I start podcast. Yeah, catch me live from this fucking pine tree. Live. From
How
the
did you
pine
get
tree.
up in that tree? Watch the podcast to find out, bitch.
Yeah, right. Like I just start clickbaiting people with like leaves. Check out this pine needle.
So, what were you doing before stand-up that took over your time? Like, were you just fucking off, or?
I mean, yeah, a little bit. Like I just worked a lot. Like I just my job was full time, and like I would just be trying to like recover and like recuperate from that fucking mental bullshit. But like, it was just such a gross job. But yeah, just trying to relax and doing like my art thing. Like I've always done art. Like I've always done logos. Like there's like a sandwich shop in like I think Tennessee or something. Like I would always go on like Craigslist and find like random shit.
Really?
Yeah, because the internet's fucking cool. Like no one's stopping you from going to like a Florida Craigslist and hitting up people
Yeah.
who need graphic design. Like I would
That's
just
true.
troll that shit and I'd be like, yeah, because like it's all online. It's all digital. I don't need to fucking be there to get their money. Like
Dude, that's such a good. That's like.
so that's like what I do.
Can we cut that out and keep that and talk about it for a little bit?
That is
Because that's
secret.
like your drive. That's why you have drive. Because you're like, you were the first person or one of the first people to start online shows after quarantine happened. Because
I started it so early, people were mad about it
Yeah.
because they thought they didn't even like it didn't even register to them that like the lockdowns were going to be a thing. They thought that I was like pretty much doing online shows while things were like normal, which
Well,
I
our-
understand their points.
our show
but
together got canceled the day
The day of.
It was March 13th, I think.
Yeah, it was March 13th. I'm still mad about it because that poster was fuego,
That
and
was
that
one of the
lineup
best.
was fucking it was great. But that's one of the venues where I'm like, hopefully it'll like come back or whatever. But yeah, no, March 13th. And that was like a hard call to make because I had a lot of people who were very on the fence. And I was like, I think this is serious. I don't think this is like things will be better in like 2 days.
And you were right.
Yeah, and I was fucking right. So everyone who fucking hated me for doing Coronathon and coming up with that idea can officially suck my clam because I was right. We were locked down.
But that goes back
Madams.
to that great point you made before that you do whatever you can to make it work. It's kind of like
It's not hard to adapt for me anyway. Like it's like
No,
I
but
have
you're
no
hardworking.
choice.
I'm such a
Yeah.
lazy piece of shit that like when stuff doesn't work out, at least now I can now that I've kind of put myself on a schedule where I write like 2 hours a day, I run, I meditate, I do yoga, I keep a schedule.
You shove a crystal up your ass, you rail some fucking Herbalife, you're doing it.
I'm doing it. I'm
doing
living the healthy lifestyle.
Hell yeah.
Nothing's healthier than a crystal up your ass.
Yeah, that's why he's shaming me for eating Cumberland Farms as if his ass wasn't right there next to me. Sir.
My chair is made of crystals.
Ew. Sounds like the world's worst like acupuncture.
No, but I'm trying to be better with adapting, but you adapt so well and so quickly.
That's what happens when you're abused. Brr, brr, brr. You are constantly in a state of fight or flight.
Is that what you attest to your ability to adapt to good things now? Is you
it's
having
the
to
same
adapt?
energy. It's
Yeah.
like yeah, PTSD definitely sucks. Like y'all don't see the negative side. I'm not gonna have a fucking meltdown here, but
Right.
like. Yeah, it sucks buttholes, but like the one it's kind of fucked up to say, but like the silver lining of having such a fucked up childhood is that like I cope a lot better because like literally like my perspective, like something that might be like devastating the end of the fucking world to someone, make them like shut down. I'm like, that ain't fucking dick. Like, you ever have your dad shove his thumbs in your eyes? Suck it up, bitch. Like, that's like. Yeah, like it's just that.
Do you react to because I feel like when big shit happens, I'm pretty good at getting over it, but when sometimes little shit will set me off, and I'll have like a really small decision. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like I'll want to buy 2 different hoodies. This is a true story, but I'll want to buy 2 different hoodies, and I won't know which one I want, and I'll have like a full-blown panic attack because I don't know which one I want. But then like I'll be okay dealing with some other shit. It like comes out in weird ways.
Yeah, I feel that. It's like I always see like this meme or whatever where it's like millennials like they can't like ask for ketchup at a restaurant, but they'll fucking body slam a cop. Like
Yeah,
I've been seeing that. Yeah, and I'm like, that's pretty accurate. Like that feels right.
You're pretty active on social media because you do so much promoting for yourself.
Because I'm unemployed. Just kidding. No, it's true.
You're
'cause
known as the
social media-
white legacy.
I'm the. Oh my god. By who? Who says that I'm?
Me,
white?
I just came up with that.
Thank you. I am the white.
The white legacy. You should get that on your tombstone.
I'm gonna change my knuckle tats to that white legacy. I'm sure that'll have no fucking questionable repercussions
Nothing
at all.
at all.
Especially in this social climate. Great decision. Great decision.
But do you think social media fucks up your mental health? Like I've deleted.
It's definitely toxic.
Yeah, I've
Like,
deleted it off my phone, and I'll
Alright.
post things, and then I'll delete it right after, so I don't see
Right.
who likes it. I don't see I just post it and
Right.
then I'll delete.
Right. No. Okay. A lot of people say like, oh, social media is toxic, blah blah blah, and it's like, well, what have you done to really curate that? Like, if you just add every fucking jackass and you don't vet anyone and you don't like use the snooze options and you don't really like help yourself with it, you can't really blame social media for your own wildness. Like, if it's shitty, don't add shitty people or like fucking delete them.
Yeah.
Like, you can make social media whatever the fuck you want to make it. So I have a hard time sympathizing for people who like blame social media, and I have a hard time agreeing that it's social media's like quote unquote fault. It's like it's no one's fault but like your own. It's like if you have someone who's posting shitty thing after shitty thing and like they're just draining you, it's like nothing, no one's holding a fucking gun to your head and saying keep them, and like, oh, it's like, oh, like it's like my Aunt Ethel. It's like, then fucking hide them so that way they're still on your friends. It's like there's just so many fucking ways around it, and nobody wants to. It's like, just quit your bitching.
Yeah,
like,
I
do
don't-
something or quit bitching.
I don't
Like-
think the content on it is as much the bad thing. Hold on, I might burp. Should I do it into the mic or out
Maybe
of
you
the
shouldn't have railed 900
Please
fucking
don't.
strawberries. Yeah,
I
don't.
won't do it. I'm just kidding. It's past.
Cool.
It's Jesus.
Jeez Louise.
I'm just kidding, everyone. No, but I don't do it because I don't delete it because of the content. I delete it because of the wasting time. Like, Ani and I
Again,
were
though,
talking
personal
about this.
responsibility.
That is true, but like I'll waste. It'll be hard for me to put like 20 minutes into doing a yoga video in the morning. But if I think about it, I could waste 20 minutes on Instagram easily.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's just what you put your mind to.
It's
And
what you want to do, and I think people are just uncomfortable with the fact that they love scrolling. It's the same reason people love Jerry Springer. It's like, this is useless, this is trash, but I fucking love it. I will waste an hour of my life watching these rednecks yell at each other. But
Yeah.
like, social media is like the same kind of like concept where it's like, yeah, it sucks. It doesn't do anything for you if you're just like scrolling, like doing like bullshit, but like, don't fucking act like you don't love it. Like, because
Yeah.
if you didn't, you wouldn't do it. Like, plot twist. People do things that they enjoy, but
Yeah.
then like, but there's like this stigma of like, oh, social media is trash. I have to act like they're better than it. And it's like, can you just like own your shit and just admit that you like being on Facebook? Like,
Yeah.
no one's gonna think you're a fucking pariah. Like, relax. But cause that's how I am. I'm like, yeah, I fucking love Facebook. I love being on fucking. It's so funny to me. Like, there's a lot of positive vibes only to social
positive
media.
vibes only. Can we have the drop?
Everybody love everybody.
That's right. That's right. Everybody love everybody on the social medias. Cause like there's a lot of good too that like people don't want to recognize. Like yeah, you shouldn't get all your information from memes and shit. But I think with like social change and stuff, there's definitely been like conversations happening that maybe like wouldn't have happened otherwise. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's kind of facilitates in its own ways, you know, positive change. And I don't know, like with me personally, like you said, it helps me like promote my art and promote my shit out there. Like, I don't have to pay anybody. I don't even pay the Facebook fucking algorithm. I just like post it and just fucking tag people and ask people to share it. And
Yeah.
like, if your friends have your back, you can get your shit out there. Like, you don't have to pay fucking sponsorship ads.
And you were one of these people, but there are those comedians that you know even before you see because you're so out there. And that's great because I remember
jeez.
seeing you for the first time at Cleat and Anchor, which is this horrible dive
Oh,
bar
that
on
was-
Cape
that
Cod.
was a
Horrible.
lot of
But
fun.
you do well in situations where other comedians don't because you don't give a fuck and you work hard.
Did you pay attention to my
I
clinic?
did. Look at your hand tattoos. Literally, can you hold them up to the camera? They literally say
Fuck.
hard work on them because that's you're dedicated
One
and
more
you
time it's zoomed in.
you work,
One more, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, hard work, everybody.
but you can take over
I feel like a
rooms
show
because
pony.
nay.
Nay. No, that Cleat and Anchor specifically was a very, because like not a single soul in that room gave a fuck. So I was like,
I do
so
that
why
almost
should
every
I?
week. It's
Yeah.
really bad. Yeah.
And like, I was just like, fuck it, I'll just harass these people. I'll be like, hey, y'all want to hear a joke? And I was like walking around. That's my favorite thing. If you give me a cordless mic, you can guarantee my ass is not on that stage. Like, I am going as far
Into the-
away
yeah.
as I can.
And you're not stealing the microphone this time.
I'm not this.
not
Wait,
this.
where did I steal? Oh, shit.
Word gets around.
Where did I steal the microphone, Sam?
I am just kidding.
This is not positive vibes only.
No.
Starting groomers is not.
I am ruining my own show.
Breaking your own rules.
Do you have a daily routine like that you stick to every day?
Thought I was a night pooper. Started shitting in the morning recently, but no, I do.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. It's true. I gotta take a nice healthy morning dump.
It's the best way to do
Been
it.
a lot harder since I don't have a left ass cheek anymore, but we leaning. We leaning and
lean in.
squeezing. We doing
We
it.
leaning and squeezing.
We doing it.
You
but,
gotta get that on a bumper sticker.
Hell yeah.
Or get it as your tramp stamp.
Oh, jeez Louise. I'm gonna get everywhere tattooed except for the tramp stamp. Like, it's just gonna be completely filled in and then blank right above my asshole. But, no.
The word blank right above your asshole.
I hate you so much. But,
Like running up the crease.
no. I don't have that long of a butt crack.
I
was
have
looking
a
at this. I
huge-
don't think I have a long
I
ass
have a
crack.
big ass and I have a really my ass crack like goes up my back. So when I have to wear pants really high, because even if they sit right on the front,
Yeah,
it's like
my
my
friend
ass
has a
crack goes-
high ass crack. I don't have
Yeah.
a high ass crack. I have like enough ass, but I'm like, I feel like I ran out of crack. Like, I should have at least another like inch or two of crack.
Did your parents take it?
No, they smoked it. But fucking, they smoked my ass crack, everybody. Ass crack. That's how Dad got through his first jail. That was so stupid. What was I gonna say? No. Oh, my everyday routine. Yeah, like I don't know. I wake up and I'm like, all right. I usually just have like a loose list where I'm like, all right, I'll do one thing that's like productive. I'll
Is that
do
what you
one
call your
thing.
poops? The loose list?
Yeah, the loose list, and then I eat some fiber, and then no, I'll try to like at least draw something every day, or like paint something, or like write something.
Do you time yourself?
No, time has no meaning. I just do it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I do it until I don't want to anymore, and then I do what I want. Like I'm very
Yeah.
like I just do what
Do
I
you
want.
wake up early or do you work?
I have an alarm set for 9 a.m. every day just to kind of like
That's a
keep
good-
me right.
yeah.
Because like if I don't have some sort of like forced structure,
Mm-hmm.
my sleep schedule will just naturally just get fucked. It'll just go off by like a couple hours every day until well I'm up until 8 a.m. now.
Yeah,
Like
that's the worst.
it's really bad.
It's like I waste so much time at night, like from the hours of like 11
Night is my worst.
to like 2
yeah.
a.m. I don't need anything I do during that time, so if I can force myself, I've been going to bed at like 10:30, 11.
I'm like
It's-
I'm going to bed
Yeah.
at like 9 or 10.
But like last night I stayed up till 12:30. I was talking to a friend and it was nice to, catch up, but I woke up at 10 and I was like,
nice to cats up.
fuck, I didn't You idiot. I was upset that I didn't get I wanted to get my workout in this morning and I couldn't. All I could do was my yoga and my crystal up my butt and my meditation.
Nice. Yeah, my workout schedule. I mean, I used to go to the gym pretty regularly.
You were a power lifter.
I was. I wasn't I wasn't like Olympic, and I wasn't like doing competitions. Like I just lifted a lot
I saw that
of weight.
poster in your house.
That's true. You did see my fucking. That shit was so funny to me. I forget. Then I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, someone actually cared. But yeah, no, I used to lift a whole ton and I was very fucking,
whole ton?
A whole ton. No, actually, I leg pressed 1,108 pounds.
That's
I did
crazy.
it wasn't even a full press either because I didn't have any wraps on my knees or anything. But I was I just want to see if I can move this physically, and I did. I did 3 little baby things, and then my knees were gonna fucking give, and I was just yeet. But I don't know. I'd like to see someone else move that much away.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
It hurt.
I started lifting over quarantine.
Me and Jesse lift all the time. He has weights in his basement.
Oh,
and
my
shit.
gym opened up.
Did it?
Actually, yeah.
Oh, weird.
And I really enjoy it. I never liked it as a kid. I would go to the gym with my dad, and I never really liked it. And then now I love it because I do the cardio every day, but it's nice to see the daily gain too of your arms and your chest and stuff. It's nice.
Yeah.
And I love the lifting. It's
Cardio
very-
only is how you get little string beans, but muscle is where you fill out, and you
Yeah.
won't necessarily lose weight, but the weight that you have, it'll be muscle, not fat. So
Yeah,
it'll
exactly.
look nicer.
Yeah, I've been using this quarantine because I can't do stuff to work out as much as possible because I was becoming a little chub boy. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to start this podcast, actually, is
To sit on your ass for an hour, have
Exactly,
an excuse to
yeah.
not fucking do any of that physical.
No, but I don't mean to toot my own horn, but it is a self-help podcast, and I do want to I lost 20 pounds over quarantine, and
Hell
I'm proud of that,
yeah.
even with the lifting.
I
And
lost, I think 17 so far. I definitely
Congratulations.
gained a little bit. We need some Purell over here. But I definitely I gained a little bit, but I always everybody naturally I wasn't doing shit because I was very depressed for a little while. But then I started hiking every day, and then with the protests and stuff, I was obviously walking a lot there,
Yeah.
fucking. So it's gone back down. It's under control. So.
That's good. I have this in my manifesto.
The manifesto.
I have this kind of little diagram drawn out that it's so simple, but it really did put it into perspective for me. It's mental health and physical health, and there's an arrow going in both directions. And diet and exercise is that line that helps because I need to have my mental health in order to get my physical health in order, and I
Yeah.
need my physical health in order to get my mental health
It's
in order.
almost as if being a fat piece of shit sitting there fucking slovenly just handfuls
It's
of
horrible.
Cheetos
Eating dinner at Cumbies.
Oh my god, listen, I hike 4 miles a day so that I can enjoy my roller grill, sir. Life is about balance.
No, but it's true. It's
Don't you take this from me. I've been eating Wendy's every day.
being outside and being healthy. It's so nice, and
It's
it's
nice.
nice. And I listen to music when I lift because I need
What
something
do you listen
to
to? What's your playlist?
I listen to rap exclusive.
Rap
Well,
exclusive.
a rap exclusive, and then the weirdest songs pump me up, like a really sad country song, Like the weirdest, or like,
You out here pumping shit to like Marty Robbins. You're like, yeah, I'm pumping big iron right
or
now.
I'll be pumping to like Minnie Rippleton or something.
What the
Just, yeah, like crazy stuff. But then when I do
caucasity.
cardio, because I do cardio for long bouts of time, like I'll bike for 4 hours or something.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah, I do like
Sam.
36 miles usually on my bike, or like 30 to 36 miles.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll run, like 4 to 6 miles. And during that time, I listen to audiobooks and podcasts
Yeah.
that I can learn from.
Mhm.
Because I listen to music when I lift, but I do want to expand my mind too with it. And audiobooks are, I figured out, a really great way to do that while I'm doing cardio. Because I check out.
I can't I don't have good enough headphones to get away with that because I can hear it, but then I just hear like me breathing like a fucking wildebeest under it. And it really just breaks the immersion.
I'll distract Ani and you can steal the microphone and the
Yeah.
headphones.
Give me this. I gotta go run and listen to fucking, I don't know, Goodnight Moon.
Everybody love everybody!
No, actually, both episodes, first 2 episodes, I wore rap t-shirt. Now I'm just wearing a podcast t-shirt.
Hell yeah.
Do you don't listen to, you do many podcasts, but you don't listen to many podcasts.
I've definitely done more podcasts than I have ever listened to in my life. Like, I think I've listened to 3 full episodes. Shout out to Meat Slap. And 2 of them are because I was on them. Because I'm like, I was there during the podcast. I don't need to listen to myself talk again. Like, that's weird. It's
Yeah.
like, I know what the fuck I said. Like, I don't need this. But, like, yeah, I'll share it and shit, but
Yeah.
yeah.
You have a show, Dumpster Fire. That's not a podcast. It's a live show, and you have never let me be on it. Because you don't like my comedy. Literally the first time we hung out, you were like, I saw your comedy once. I was like, oh, it's another one of those shock comics. And I was like, God damn it, is that what I am? Am I a shock comic?
Not how that sounds like how I would word it, but
Oh my God.
I
no,
don't think
just-
I intended it.
Will
No,
you
because all I
explain?
remembered, I just remembered it was like, you were just being edgy. And I was like, I don't remember there being a point aside from,
Excuse me.
women are dumb, am I right?
When has that ever been my point? All my stuff, even if it
Tell one of
doesn't
your
have
jokes.
a
Tell one of your jokes.
One of my first jokes was
No, not a first joke. One that you would have been doing when I saw you. Can't cherry pick the shitty jokes.
why would I take my mom's relationship advice? If I did that, I'd end up sad, alone, divorced with an only child who wants to be a stand-up comedian.
Jeez Louise, your poor mother.
My poor mom.
She listens to this podcast, sir.
I hope not. So no, will you describe Dumpster Fire? Because it is one of the craziest and coolest shows, and
It's a lot of
I want to
fun.
promote it when it gets back going, but it's like a crazy shit show.
The one I did in New York was really fun.
I was in New York that weekend.
I know
I'm
you
so
didn't
mad,
come.
yeah.
It's fine. It was honestly, it was just like the fact that like, oh, I got to produce a show in New York. Blah. Like I wasn't
It's amazing.
expecting to sell it out. Like I'm just proud of the fact that I like got down there and like.
I got booked on a show
put
in New
on a
York,
show, yeah.
but it got canceled during quarantine, so it's like
sucks to suck, bitch.
Yeah, I
Just
know.
kidding. No, Dumpster Fire is a lot of fun. So basically, it's more of like a game show than like a traditional like showcase or
Yeah.
anything.
You kind of do look like Drew Carey.
And there goes the eating disorder. I am going to binge and purge until I at least get down to Mimi. This is bullshit.
We can go
No.
lifting and hiking.
You are such a prick. But listen, if only you had some gains in that hairline, we could talk. But
It's so bad. It's
Yeah,
so
that's
bad.
right.
I'm gonna become a hat comic.
oh yeah, probably. People who wear hats are dumb. No, what the fuck was I saying? Dumpster Fire. Yeah. So basically, it's like a game show, and so I book comics on it, but they don't know the list. They don't know the order. I put their names into like a bucket, and I pull them up randomly. So they're already chaotic because they don't know when to be prepared for. They also don't know how much time they're getting. I built a Plinko board, and the ping pong ball decides how much time. There's slots at the bottom, and it's like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, and then like a coveted like there's like 1 8-minute spot, but then there's also bump spots, and if you get bumped, that means you actually have to get the fuck off stage because you have to go back into the bucket and you're not going up, and I pull a new name, and it's just like it's a fucking mess, but it's very
So people
fun.
are just on their toes.
Yeah, and people started like chanting like bump now, so like whatever they're like bump, so like people have to like lose
Are you
their
sure it's
turn.
not because someone's doing coke in the audience?
It could be. I don't know. I did
Bump,
have I had a
bump,
few Boston comics.
do
on it
another
one time,
bump.
so They love it. But no, so then once they get their time or whatever, like say they get like 5 minutes, in order to like carry on, they have to do a dumpster dare, which is also again like random shit I've written down and I pull it out of a hat. Like we had like those hot peppers there one time. People like maybe have to like eat a pepper, or like I might make you wear a tutu or like put a wig on and act like an anime character. Like it's always like,
You just want me to get canceled.
yeah, well, I mean, I do lead people. I'm like, look, you can take this and be pure and wholesome, or you can never be on Saturday Night Live in your life. So it's up to you to decide. There is a free will element, but yeah, they just have to do something silly. One of them is literally like strip, and Liam Maher was on the one in New York, and he got down to his undies and his socks, and he did his set pretty much naked, and I was just like, hell yeah, like
Good for you.
Yeah, he full assed it. Which is nice.
Would you ever? I forgot to ask Al this question, but he'll be on again. He did that naked show in Boston.
Yep.
Would you ever do that?
Yeah, I was growing my pubes out for it because I was like, I need some semblance of covering. I'm not a hater.
You need a punchline.
I need a punchline?
Yeah, you don't have them, so you had to grow out your pubes for a joke.
So that doesn't make any sense.
It
You're
does.
just
They
trying
can't
to
be
be
all- they can't be-
incendiary. Not everybody can be roast comics. It's
I
okay.
almost-
Take a lap.
I almost asked you what that word meant.
You're an idiot. But no, yeah, I did grow out my pubes, and I did try writing a joke about it. I forget what the fuck it was entirely.
Excuse me. I
did.
was right. Don't make me feel bad.
Oh, I thought that's what you were referencing. I thought you were shitting on my pube joke. I was like, it was all right. I don't
Did you
remember
do the
it.
joke? Did you do the show?
No.
Oh.
No, it was like very shortly before quarantine that I even like started thinking about it. So we only got to like a 1/4 inch of pube. So,
Damn.
Yeah.
Have you still been growing, trying to get back after?
I don't like pube. I'm a fucking naked mole rat. Like I don't like hair, body hair.
Speaking of, did you like Kim Possible growing up?
It was all right.
Did you like Kim Possible, Annie? I mess up your name.
I often dress like Kim Possible for some reason by accident, but you know.
You both have names that I feel bad if I mispronounce.
It's true. Everybody thinks I'm Brieana. I'm not Brieana. I'm Brieana.
Brieana?
It's Brieana.
I don't know where people get confused between Ani and Annie. Like you're adding
Annie's,
extra letters.
Yeah, like
I
Annie is
mumble,
2
I
N's.
mumble, and I stutter. I mess up
Okay,
simple
I'm
words.
gonna give you a bucked
You
up
said
exclusive.
gal earlier.
Speaking of falling, so this is the way that I used to tell people in college how to remember my name, which is so dumb, but this is how, I don't know, they remembered it. My knee, Ani, like you hit your knee. My knee, Ani. You know that
That's
usually
cute.
works.
That's cute.
I don't know.
No, it's not.
It's not cute. It's silly.
It's
so
silly.
But that usually gets people to remember. I don't know.
I like how you're like, how the hell could people mispronounce my name?
Yeah,
And you're
honestly,
calling Sip Zip this entire time.
those
I
3-letter
don't
words, they'll get
anymore.
you.
I became an adult the day that I learned that zip was actually sip. So that happened.
Did you get the hard work tattoos before or after you started doing hard work?
I got these while I was working my full-time job, so
So you were working hard.
I was working hard, and then I got fired for having.
Because of them?
I'm fairly certain it's one of the contributing factors. My boss wasn't exactly shy about his feelings of women with tattoos.
So you said these
Yep.
to cover up the heroin marks. They were
Never done a drug in my life, but yeah, no, my track marks.
those were the first ones you got.
Yep.
And then how long did it take to kind of get all of them?
About a year. Because I was getting tattoos right up until like quarantine. Like this was the newest one. I got it, I think, like mid-March or something.
Do you have one guy? Because you seem to have a
it's one
specific.
guy. Yep.
He has an amazing art style. It's like
Yeah,
cartoon.
that's why I go to him.
Yeah, it's cartoony.
It's
and
traditional.
It's,
But like neo-traditional, I guess, because like he doesn't. It's like not like traditional shit. Like there's like a big long definition thing, but basically I just say they're traditional tattoos because like bold lines, bold holds. That's what I do. But yeah, so I got these, and then from there I got the ones on my back of my arms, which is like
the spider webs.
Yeah, the spider webs, spider and a fly. And then I think I got like the camera, and then I got the skull, then I got this guy, and then that one, then the hand tattoo. Actually, no, I think the knuckles probably came sooner. I definitely had like hand tattoos before I even had most of like my arms done, because I was like, knuckles are gonna suck, and they were a lot better than I thought. But
Is photography your main output of art? Like, is that your favorite?
but it's not intentional. Like, my degree is in graphic design, and like for a while that
Where'd you
was
go?
Online college, fucking Westwood. I don't know.
Everyone goes to online college
Yeah,
now.
it's
You don't have to
fucking-
feel bad about it.
Exactly. Everybody's online now. But
Except
no,
for
I
Phoenix
went-
Online, they made all their students move to Phoenix during the quarantine.
Wow, fuck Phoenix. But no, I went to Monty Tech, which is like my high school, but I took graphic communications there, which is where I like had Photoshop and shit, because like I already knew how to do a lot of computer shit before high school even, because like I've always been into drawing.
We saw
on the
that video
computer.
of you when you
Exactly,
were
like
4
that.
years old.
Exactly. So I've always been into it, and then I went to high school, kind of refined that, finally got access to like Photoshop and all that shit, and I fucking like mastered that shit by the time and then I went to college, and the only reason I went to college was because I was in like a foster home, and like the foster home was like, you gotta go to college, man, and they were just like pressuring me to go, and I was like, I know what I'm doing, like I'm gonna freelance, I don't want to work for someone else, like my goal isn't to move up in a company, the goal is to be the company, but like, man, that's not good enough. We gotta go to college. Blah.
Yeah.
So like I went to I applied to Fitchburg State. Their graphics program was full, and I was like, then bye. Like the only reason I'd go here, and so I just went to fucking shitty online college and just got the degree to shut everybody up. And then yep, that's a $40,000 fucking regret.
I
Like,
know.
It's so dumb. I'm like, I could literally, and like from then on, all the like professional like working for other company jobs have been for fucking photography, because I worked at like a photography studio, and then I did the fucking what I did before this, and it's like, I didn't even go to school for photography.
Yeah, I was able to, my senior year, through my theater degree, get to be able
I
to
didn't get a theater degree. Jesus Christ.
be able to do stand up through it, but we only had 8 or 9 theater majors that year, and
Shakespeare having a slow year.
so we had to all be in each other's pieces, and mine was stand up. So I had to do interpretive dance and
I'm
stuff.
sure it was a piece.
So like I had to do interpretive dance and then do stand up to the same audience like 15 minutes later.
Can you
and that was
please
my
do
first show.
interpretive dance right now?
It was like, this is great podcasting.
This is aggressive. I feel.
Am I gonna get canceled?
I hope so, because that was terrible.
The second I took my headphones off, I was like, "Oh shit, this is real."
Yeah, you just fucked up. But
I bucked up. Excuse me.
Oh my god. I think you should
Everybody love
rewrite
everybody!
Shakespeare and put on a play called Samlet.
You need to leave. I'm sorry. I was going to ask you a few more questions, but after that, you gotta.
That's my
gotta
plan.
go.
I'm just trying to leave. I'm trying to get myself canceled so I can hobble down these 19 flights of stairs.
Yeah, it's gonna take as long. You can listen to the podcast on your way down the stairs.
That's how long it would take
Yeah,
me to get
exactly.
down there. The length of one podcast.
Were you always funny, growing up, or were you just
Yeah, you
were you
have to
just
be
a
when
sad
you're,
boy?
You have to be when you're fat. Like, my parents are like, yeah, you're fat. Like, you're not gonna
gotta
be a
be funny.
ballerina. Like, they would just roast the fuck out of me constantly, so I got good at
I
roasting
should have
them
talked to you
back.
about your personality, not just being funny.
Jeez Louise. No, they were fucking... No, like, the way I was, like, raised and, like, the environments I was in, like, I've always been, like, on it or whatever. And, like, my whole life, everybody at, like, school or, like, the few friends I did fucking have, they were like, you're so funny, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And then, I don't know, I was like, you know what, fine. I guess I'll, like, start. Like, I'm skinny now, and I'm hot. So I'm gonna try stand-up. Because, I don't know, I had, like, a period of time where... I don't know. It just wasn't. The timing wasn't right.
Mhm.
Like, I've always wanted to do stand-up, but it just didn't, like, feel right. And then I don't know when the switch, or, like, what, really, but I was like, I don't know. It just happened.
Yeah.
And here I am.
I always thought I wanted to like be slobby and have no one like think I looked good on stage, and then I realized, oh, like right before
That's what I
quarantine,
devolved
realized,
into. I used to do my makeup before every open mic. I was so cute. I was like, perfect. I got like little pigtails. Beautiful. Great. And then eventually I'm like, y'all are lucky if I look like I have a home to go to.
I've
Like,
seen
I
you
don't...
in sweatpants at an open mic.
Oh, yeah, I don't give a fuck, because I'm like, it's an open mic, what are you gonna do? Fucking cancel me? Like, shut up. Like, I dress up for shows and shit, and I put on
Yeah.
real clothes for shows, but, like, open mics, I'm like, well, because I also do multiple ones a night if I can, so it's like, I want to be, like, comfortable, like,
Yeah.
especially, like, during, like, winter and stuff, so I just throw on, like, fucking sweatpants, because I'm like, I'm gonna be schlepping to fucking 8 different fucking shitty bars, so, like, who cares?
I know. I don't know why, though. I like to wear a collared shirt when I'm on stage, I realized. I don't want to, like, wear a suit, but, like, having a
Suit
collared
comics
shirt.
freak me out.
I
I'm
know.
like, settle down, would you?
I know.
Jeez Louise.
Or yeah, no. There's
It's
a
like
couple.
too much almost.
It's like
I'm
I don't.
all right.
I have a couple rules for myself on dressing up on stage. It might be dumb, but I don't want to wear
Yeah.
shorts. I don't want to
Oh
wear
yeah,
sweatpants.
that seems to be like a.
Yeah, I've seen people wear shorts.
If I do any comedy in the next couple of weeks, I will definitely be wearing shorts because I physically have to.
Oh, you're growing your pubes out again for the
No,
joke?
you fucking dick! My ass got sanded off by the pavement.
I thought you were trying to get that punchline to work
This is
again.
ableist.
This is ableist.
I don't appreciate this
Excuse-
assassination of character. Excuse me.
So you don't like... I just totally lost... This is a great podcast moment when you lose your train of thought. I can't believe it.
Now you bugged
No,
up.
but
Now you
now I
bugged
bugged
up.
up. No, but you were talking about how you were a chubby kid, so that made you funny, and then that kind of just went into comedy. But were you writing at any point? Like growing up, did you write comedy?
I was not a writer. I mean, like, I guess, like, I would write, like, funny statuses and, like, shit like
Yeah.
that. Like, I would try to, like, be funny. Like, in all my essays and shit, like, I would never, like, my teachers are probably so dumb to my fucking shit. Because I could never just talk about a topic. I had to make jokes about it. Like, I
Oh.
had to be annoying and try to, like, get them to laugh. And they were like, you get a C+ at best because you are such a fucking dickhead. So, like...
It's nice when you get out of the school system, though, and then you're like, at least with me, I graduated, and then right after I graduated, I was like, oh, I need to take comedy seriously. And I started doing mics multiple times a week, and then that kind of grew. And it was kind of nice not to have, like, you kind of need comedy to be the thing, to do it. At least for me, like, when I
Do
was...
what?
Like, when I was working, I would work a full day, then I would drive from the Cape to Boston to do
Sheesh.
stand-up,
Yeah.
and then I would drive back, get back at 1 a.m., then wake up the next day to work a full day, drive to Boston.
It's definitely gonna be something you want to do.
Yeah.
You can't be one of those like casual, like I'm just doing comedies because my friends laugh at my
No.
dumb shit in conversation.
I
Like,
hate when people complain about not wanting to travel to mics, because you're a, like an out of...
I've
you're
gone to
not
like
from-
Maine for a fucking mic.
That's what I
so-
mean. It's like... Or when people are like, oh my God, you drove an hour and a half to this mic? It's like... Yeah, like, isn't that's what you're supposed
Because
to
it's like,
do?
yeah, it's like, yeah, I guess if you don't travel and you just want to like stay in your little sphere that's like safe, it's like, well, unless you're fucking writing gold every fucking day, like, the people are gonna hear the shit that you've had to say. You got to try it out different places, because like what hits in like, because I've done comedy in 7 different states. Like I like looked it out, and it's just like jokes that have hit really hard here didn't hit here, but jokes that did hit there don't hit there. It's like you gotta expand,
audience.
know your
Yeah.
audience, but also like expand your horizons, because like I don't know, you just gotta fucking do it a bunch of different times and see if it actually genuinely works. Because if a joke hits at pretty much every place that you go to, then it's like, all right, cool, that's probably a good joke.
Well,
Like,
that's actually the great thing about Boston comedy is there's so many different styles at club. Like, you can get a set at the studio, which is not clean, but you can't be like as edgy, and then you
I
can
was
go
pretty
to
edgy,
like.
and they still
I've
put
been-
me on a Wednesday show.
Yeah, I'm pretty edgy, as you say. As you say, I'm pretty edgy, and I was put on a Wednesday show, but it was
That's why, because we're edgy. So
exactly.
they-
I was also put on a Sunday, so excuse me.
Oh, you're excused.
But no, it's like there's that, and then there's like Tavern at the End of the World, which is
I've never
just
been to
like,
that
oh,
one.
really? It's so much fun, but it's a shit show. It's so loud, and you have to win the audience over. And I like being able to test all the different audiences.
That's why I liked
out.
Gutter Mike. Because it's
Oh,
like if
yeah.
you like got anyone to like pay attention, it was like, it was just a fun hang.
Gutter
too,
might get
honestly.
scary sometimes, and I know I shouldn't be scared of it because that's the best. But the first time I ever did Gutter Mike, I was with Al Christakis. Shout out to Al.
Big shouts to Al.
Don't call him big. That's not nice.
I said big shouts, you illiterate fuck. I meant to say deaf. I fucked up. I bucked up.
You bugged out. No, but I was with
Brandon.
Al, and I was doing jokes on stage, and a guy turns to Al, and he kind of yells. He goes, I don't like this Jew-haired motherfucker on stage.
Whoa.
And Al didn't know what to say. He was like, me neither, and like ran away. It's just like that's...
That's such an Al thing to do. I love
But that is Gutter Mike. It's like you have to be ready to eat shit.
You're definitely gonna have like thick skin.
I've seen people do, drugs in the bathroom and not fun ones, and then come out during the middle of the set.
Jeez Louise.
I did a show in Fall River that a guy in the middle went, I'm going to go smoke crack. and then he went and did it, and then he came back.
Hey, crackheads like
That's
to enjoy
Fall
comedy
River.
too. My parents, yet again. Like, we love
That's how
comedy.
you got, yeah. If you want to get into comedy, just start doing crack.
Jesus, this is the
I
worst
feel like that's
self-help.
not,
That's
not the thing.
No, is
that's
that?
not-
I thought that.
What's the rule, Sam? What's
Positive.
rule
I'm
number
trying to
one?
get people into comedy.
What's
What's
rule number one?
what's not positive
no
about
snitches.
people?
Yeah, no snitching. Look at you.
I'm not
You-
telling.
You were just snitching on all them fucking bathroom crackheads. Unbelievable.
I broke my own rule.
Sam's been
You bucked up.
you
On the
bucked up.
third episode, I'm actually giving the podcast to you. It's now yours.
I will gladly take over this podcast.
It's gonna
Thank
be
you.
your 9th podcast.
Yeah. Jesus. I don't have any podcasts. I do not have a
Oh, you
podcast.
just do podcasts.
I have a segment on one now. It'll be my 3rd episode next week. But yeah, other than that, I do not have a podcast of my own.
So I wasn't funny growing up, but I thought I was
We know.
funny growing up. And that's kind of how it is
This is
now.
like the battle cry of most white male comics. I'm not funny, but like
Oh yeah, I'm so happy that you did this podcast because you're like, there shouldn't be another white dude talking about himself.
I know, I've
podcast.
definitely told you this before. I've given my opinion on
And
white
then I'm
male
like, hey, will you
podcasts.
come on mine?
I will. I'll go on them. I'm allowed to think what I think. What are you, the thought police? You leave me alone.
Thought police.
No, because you're
They got
not.
those
You're actually
skinny
like interviewing people. You're not. It's not just like you alone in your closet being like, "Here's what I think about the gays." Like
Yeah.
it's like no, like there's some nuance, Sam.
I-
Don't
that
make-
was a
don't
good
make me
joke.
sound like an asshole.
I like that the guy was in the closet getting angry about the gays because
I
that
know.
is actually true. If you're any bit of homophobia is just internalized, not liking any gay thoughts that
That's
you had
what
in
I've
yourself.
heard. That's what I've heard.
That's what you've heard.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I don't. You're like I don't know, but that's
I
just.
don't know. That's definitely it feels.
I don't
correct.
listen to a lot of podcasts, but
I don't, but
I heard
I-
one on that.
It feels right, you know.
What is Meat Slap even about?
Meat Slap it's just Ham, Clancy, and Brian Barbecue. It's them like shooting the shit, talking about like whatever. Sometimes they'll do like riff bowls. It's just like them kind of like talking about whatever, and it's very funny. I enjoy it anyway. And then there's like a little segment at the end, Right Placed, Wronged Pumpkins, where Eric Pumpkins has a meltdown about anything, and it's never anything that's worth melting down about, but that's the joke. My autistic ass didn't get it at first. But I was like, what? Because I take everything like literally. Like sarcasm is like low-key like hard. Like it's like a conscious like thing for me. But I have a segment now called Pegging Pumpkins, where I pretty much take everything Eric just said and I explain why it's dumb.
that's
like,
funny.
It's very my energy. So like, because me and Eric are essentially the same person, but like also it's I don't know.
Where do
It's
they
cute.
record that out of?
They're from Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're all CT peeps.
Have you
is
ever
fun.
done CT comedy?
I did like Pistol Pete's once, and then I've done like their Zoom show a couple times. So like mostly online. And, like so I haven't like no, I'm not like a CT transplant comic by any stretch. But when it comes back, I obviously I'll be down to go there. It's only an hour and a half away, so
That's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not
I
bad.
drive that to Boston. So
yeah,
it's fine.
exactly.
Do you This is my final question. Dun dun
Oh,
dun dun
shit.
dun
We're almost
dun
done?
dun. We are
No.
dun
Going
dun.
over an hour.
Oh shit.
I know this
We've
is.
been chatting. There's gonna be a
Flies.
lot of fucking editing.
I know. We're gonna edit everything out.
Yeah,
It's just,
just
we're just gonna
edit
edit you out.
anything.
It's just gonna be me
Anytime.
talking
Yeah,
the entire
just-
time. Just clip.
Edit nothing on this podcast.
Yeah, no, we
Oh,
don't edit
jeez.
anything on this.
Hell yeah.
Except when you said the N word, we did have to
Oh
edit
my
that.
fucking god.
No, but I hope when everything comes back, people go out to see your shows. You put on so many shows, and you are a great, funny comedian.
Yay.
With the N-E at the end.
Funny.
Comedian.
Oh, whatever. No, I hate that.
That's the
hate
stupidest thing ever.
Do not bring
Don't
me up
ever-
as a
yeah.
woman in comedy. Do
No,
not bring me up as a comedian or, ooh, she's a lady. It's like, no, I'm a fucking comic.
Yeah.
Like any of these other dickheads, because I'm going to talk about dicks probably just as much. No, but like, I don't like
It's
that.
the stupidest thing. I found
It sets
out
people
late
up.
about
It like, yeah,
Yeah.
it gives people like a preconceived notion a little bit, because like when you think like woman comics, automatically people always think like a shrill, probably like a lesbian or like a mom or something, and just being like, oh, my
Talking about
period.
dicks.
Yeah, like, oh, my period, or oh, Tinder, blah, like all this stupid shit. And it's like, do I talk about that stuff? Yeah, I might fucking like talk about it like sometimes, but it's not like,
But you're your own
Basic.
person.
yeah,
you really
exactly.
Do,
It doesn't
It
like
can't be.
define me. Like, there's just as much diversity between women comics than male comics. Like,
That's-
it's such
yeah,
a
it's
stupid
such a-
fucking way to put it.
That's the weird. So as I said earlier in the podcast, I listen to a lot of rap music, and rap and comedy is the only place where people are like openly sexist about it, because they'll be like, I don't
not
like.
the only place, but
not
I
the only
appreciate
place.
your white male
But-
kind of waking up to it a
No,
little
but
bit.
it's with that. It's like people are like, I do not like female comedy, or like I do not like female rappers.
Yeah, and it's like, how? You're
it's
lumping in.
still rap music and it's still comedy. You just
Yeah.
like. It's just such a dumb.
It's
a
fucking
dumb.
so
dumb
stupid.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
I had a man come up to me after, and he was just like, he's like, I purposely wasn't laughing at your set, cause like, and he tried being like, oh, cause like I was like I'm here for my friend anyway, but, and I was like, yeah, whatever. And he was just like, but you got me, you like, and I was like, what do you want, an apology? Sorry that I made you laugh, fucko.
Yeah.
Like,
also,
give
do you
me
want?
$5.
He really wants you to thank him. It's like,
Yeah, I was like, all right, cool.
I'm doing my job. Like,
Yeah, like, I was like,
this is
yeah,
like
I came here with the intention of making people laugh, and you laughed.
you didn't want to
cool.
laugh and you did. Oh, great.
Not just like he didn't want to. He like purposely was like, I was trying not to, and I was like, is this supposed to like impress
this
me?
isn't a
Like,
sixth grade YouTube video
Yeah,
where it's like,
like-
try not to laugh at this.
Yeah, like who are you impressing? Like, okay. So it was just so fucking weird. But like I've definitely gotten that weird backhanded compliment of like, well, you're really funny for a girl, and it's like, no, I'm really funny because I'm really fucking funny. Like it has
exactly.
nothing to do with my clam. Like,
Yeah. that's
leave my clam jam out of this.
that wasn't even the point the question I was going to ask, but I think that's a really important thing to say and a really important thing that people need to get over. People can
They just need to get the fuck over
yeah,
it.
it's
Like
so
it's so
stupid.
annoying. Although
Have you ever gotten that, Ani?
What?
People like being like, "Oh, like I didn't think you were gonna be funny." Like,
I just hate when people.
Yeah, I mean, nobody really calls me funny.
Ah.
I mean, like, sometimes...
we'll edit that out.
Sometimes I never claim to be funny. If someone pays me the compliment of saying that I'm funny, they like my joke. Like, I've got compliments like that before that. I think, considering the person, we're genuine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if someone's just going to come up to me after an open mic or some shit and just say good set just to say good set, or just because I have a vagina, fuck you.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
do
like.
that.
Yeah,
I
don't
wouldn't do that to
coddle
you.
me.
And don't
Yeah.
laugh at my jokes if they're not funny. That's
Yeah.
not how I get better.
But that being said, also they're also like, it's such a double-edged sword, and like men will fucking literally do anything to discredit any bitchings from me. But like,
That's why I'm editing you completely out of this
yeah,
podcast.
out of this podcast. But no, because then they'll be like, oh, well, why do you support like women's spots at open mics and stuff? And it's like, because there's 30 men here and 2 fucking women. Like, God forbid, like. It's
Yeah.
like they try to act like it's like a woman privilege, and it's like, no, it's because there's a history of women being like, people always want to act like they're fucking comedy experts because they listen to fucking like 3 episodes of Joe Rogan podcast. Like, no, like if you actually look at like the history of comedy, like women were like discouraged from it, pushed out from it, and it's like a social fucking problem that you need small fixes. And like if having a spot every fucking like 5 people on the list, like, that's not a fucking privilege. That's literally just a very small fucking effort in the culture of like comedy is men only.
I was booking a show and I wanted to get some female comics on it, and I had multiple people be like, "You shouldn't get female comics on it, bro. Get the best comics on it."
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
that's the thing. But that is a thing, though. It's like, don't. I always say that. I'm like, don't ever book me just because I'm a woman.
No.
Book me because you think I'm funny.
and you are, and that's
But then do people use well, they're funny. There's just no funny women. That is bullshit too. It's
well,
like, you
that goes
can't-
back to the
exactly. So
there's
like,
it's
just
either
back and
funny or
forth.
it's not. Yeah.
Exactly.
It goes back and always refer to this one Whitney Cummings bit where she talks about how, like, does anyone have those friends who are feminists or think they're feminists but they're actually just assholes? It's
Yeah.
like the same thing applies with dudes too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
No,
Or the
I
dudes
agree
who
with
talk
saying.
about sex on stage just to get laid in the audience.
Yeah.
Like,
Ew, that's weird.
That's like, yeah.
No, I don't.
Gross.
Like-
That's definitely gross. I don't know. I don't see the correlation, but I definitely
No.
I don't. Yeah, like I think someone just please fuck Sam already. But no, I just
Excuse me,
I
it didn't
don't
go well
like.
last time.
Yeah, I don't like that because it's like they're like, oh well, you're saying one thing, but like also saying the other, and it's like, no, I'm saying we should encourage women in comedy. without patronizing them or like coddling them. It's like, don't throw it in our face by being like, oh, well, here's a woman in comedy. Blah, blah. It's like, no, I just want you to like make fucking room for me so that I don't have to listen to like 10 of the same fucking bits in a row. Like, there's only so much perspective you can get from fucking straight cis white men. Like,
excuse me, I have horrible perspective. And I want people to listen.
Yeah. But, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like...
I still haven't even gotten to my goddamn final question.
All right, get to your final question.
I'm losing control of my own podcast.
I've cooed it. I've staged a coup. Spell coup, Sam. C-O-U-P. Moving on. All right, ask your question.
All right. No, so you are very natural on stage. This is a comedy question.
Sweet.
But you have jokes. Do you, like, when you write, do you write your jokes or do you write on stage and just they kind of come to you?
A little bit of both. Sometimes I'll be like, in the moment, I'll be like, oh, this is way better than what I wrote down. If I'm on a show, I've written it down, like, this is what I'm saying, like, whatever. But, like, if I'm at, like, an open mic and I'm trying something new, I usually read from, like, notes the first couple of times I do it, because just for my own memorization. And then I'll kind of, like, edit from there with, like, live writing. That's why I record all my sets, and I'll just, like, write it, and then I'll rewrite it, and just kind of, like, it's, like, a whole fucking long process, and, like, it's annoying to me, because I'm very, like, I need to get it right the first time, but obviously that's not how anything works.
Do you freehand write or do you type?
I freehand write. I can't, like, I type shit on my phone so I don't forget if I think of something while I'm driving or something. I'll, like, type it quick, but, like, I have to, like, convert it from the phone to a notebook or else it's gone forever.
I do like typing because I can do it faster because my mind will be like, oh, here's another thing. And I'll
That's
just
the thing
have to
I go
get
to
it.
quick. Slowing, like, if I write it, it slows me down and I really, like, think about it. So that's why I'm one of those people where, like, I have to physically write it to really commit it to memory. Because, like, if I'm just like, because I type really fast. So it's like, it's just out of my fucking head.
And I try to get, like, every joke written, though. Like, I try to write it out.
Yep.
You can tell. People should go up there unprepared. But you can tell when someone
I
goes up there.
started going up unprepared a lot more at the end. I used to go up, like, with, like, not like a script, but, like, here's what I'm doing. But then...
But when people go up with nothing, it's like that 5
They're just
minutes or
wasting time.
3 minutes. I saw some guy at the studio, and I don't even know his name, and I haven't seen him again, but he did 3 minutes, and it literally felt like 45. Like, it was the most painful
Well, yeah,
thing
because some people can go off the cuff and some can't. It's definitely a skill that not everybody naturally possesses, and that's fine. That's fine, but, like, know that about yourself.
I think
and don't
most
just
people,
waste my time for 3 minutes. Like,
I do think most people can write, though. They're just lazy to do it. That's something, when I force myself to write... Anna, you read The War of Art.
I started reading it.
Yeah, so one of his things that he talks about is the muse, the muse coming, and he's like, the muse will always come if you just sit in front of your book and just keep writing, even if it's shit. After 30 minutes, it will come. But I realize when I quit is when I sit down and I'm like, I can't think of anything. God damn it! And then I'll stop and I'll be like, oh wait, if I had just put 20 more minutes into I can't think of anything, then the muse will come.
You just gotta take a lap. Like, that's why I like hiking and shit. Like, a lot of shit came to me while I was, like, hiking, and I would jot it down and fucking work on it from there. But yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like you have to almost, like, not think about it. Like, because I just don't think about it. It just happens when it happens. I'm lucky enough that, like, I have a environment where, like, I have the process of, like, oh, well, I'll go write down, like, right now. But, like, if you have, like, a job and shit, obviously you can't always do that. So, like, I'm lucky in that respect where I can, like, just drop what I'm doing and go, like, write something down and be like, sick. But, like, yeah, I can't, like, sit there and be like, I'm gonna write a joke, because then I will never write a joke. I will
never
do
comes,
everything but write a joke. Yeah.
It's like kind of like when I used to do improv because I was cool in high school. And it's like when you try to be funny, you're not going to be funny. And it's a rule in improv, but it's true in stand-up too. Like when you're trying to be like, I'm going to be funny right now, it never, ever
Any
comes.
show or, like, micro thing where I was like, all right, I'm going to fucking bleh. I, like, kind of like ate dicks a little bit, but then I'm like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna go. I do well. So I'm like, all right, duly noted. I'm never gonna give a fuck. Like,
well, it's like you can't go into conversations expecting an outcome, or that outcome won't come. So you can't go on stage
because
that's
you
like
get disappointed. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
this is just gonna hit, and then you don't get the laugh. You get fucked up with that disappointment of like, I didn't get the reaction I thought.
Exactly, and it's the same thing.
So I have no expectations. I go up, I do my thing. If it hits, cool. If it doesn't, I'll try to figure out what the fuck I did wrong.
And you have to intro different crowds different ways. Like you can't
just raw dog every crowd.
Yeah.
Some of them you gotta spit on 'em a little bit.
That is a great positive way to end this. Thank you so much. Do you want to talk about? Do you want to plug anything?
I mean, my biggest hub is Instagram at Not a Damn Cheese. I see it up there on the screen. Yeah, you can find all my like little Zoom things,
Amazing artist. If anyone needs art on
this moment that
anything,
he
she does.
He bucked
Yeah.
up.
all of that. Yeah, Not a Damn Cheese. I'm on Twitter, Not a Damn Cheese, Instagram, Not a Damn
Welcome.
Cheese.
You're listening to
Facebook, Not a Damn
Bucked
Cheese.
Up with
Thank you
Sam
very
Buck.
much.
Not a cheese.
Not a, I know that screwed me up.
I know.
I'm gonna steal Not a Damn Cheese on
It's too
Venmo.
long. They wouldn't let me
Oh,
do it.
damn,
And
I wanted
didn't
people
wanna
to
spell
miss-
it wrong. Yeah.
Miss Venmo you, and then I get the money.
Ah, you son of a bitch.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sam.
Bye.